What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Rimworld. Share, like, and subscribe. Smash that like button. Let's just jump into it, man. It's been a while since I played this, and I am ready to go. Sorry for the radio silence too. I've had a lot of stuff going on in my life, man. Lots and lots of stuff, but mainly as far as the computer is concerned, I've just been dealing with this weird USB thing that's been going on, and I think I finally figured it out. I think it's got something to do with the microphone that I was trying to use. And I don't want to bore you with the details, man, but it had something to do with how the microphone and the webcam were not only sharing the same like port area, I guess, on the motherboard, but it was also the fact that my webcam apparently has an embedded microphone, and I think it was causing like weird like old school IRQ conflicts or some shit, you know. Anyway, I moved the microphone to a different port, and it was still having problems. But I realized that the stupid microphone cord had like this idiotic USB-C to standard dongle on the end. It was kind of, I think it was causing like power outages and shit. So it's just, it's just bullshit, man. It never fucking ends. But anyway, I took the dongle off and I put it in my USB-C port that I've got on the top side of my workstation, and so far, man, I've not had any major issues. So I'm hoping and praying that I don't wind up having problems in this recording. Okay, so now that I got that out of the way, here's what we're gonna do. I'm getting to a point now to where I've just about got that southern wing done. As you can see, I mean, technically the growing basins are done. So, I mean, we can technically say, I guess, that it is done. And as a result, I'm going to go ahead and summon some of those assholes to come out here so I can kick their ass and take their chips. So I'm going to get prepared for that, man. It's all going to go down. Before I do, though, let me think here. Let me get done with these two things here, these mech bands. Or band nodes, forgive me. Let me get done with those real quick, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to summon the things, and when I do, I'm going to what's the word that I'm looking for here? Draft. That's what I was thinking of. I'm going to draft every single person in the colony, and I'm going to have them all conglomerate here in the center of the base. That way I can kind of get everyone at a single point, get them all prepped and stuff like that. And by the way, I need to make sure that everyone's got a rifle. Let me do that real quick, because that's obviously important. Let me see here. Okay, so rifle. I think Rachel needs one. Let's make sure that, because I've got a few people that can't. I don't know, man. They're like allergic to conflict, so I can't equip them with rifles. But I think Rachel isn't one of them. Let's go ahead and make sure that she's got one. So there's that. Warner, yeah, he's somebody who can use one too. Except with Warner, I usually give him one of those EMP things. I don't know if I've got any available. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's got any available. So I'll just give him a rifle as well. Okay, there we go. I don't know if you guys can hear my radio, man. We've been having some weird radio issues in my area lately. Let me go and turn that down real quick. Yeah, I don't know what's been going on with the radio, man. But our radio provider sucks. I mean, they're always having problems with the radio and stuff. Is that a smoke launcher? Yeah, it's a smoke launcher. Okay. All right. Where was I, man? There's Rachel. Warner. Kenzo. I think he's one that doesn't like violence, if I remember right. Yeah. Doesn't do violence. isn't either. Ripka. Now, I think we can give her a gun. She's not much of a marksman or anything. She's kind of like a researcher. But we'll still give her something. Go ahead and give her one of these. Luna. Hoffman. Okay. MIP. Right. Brooke is one of our hand-to-hand type people. So we need to make sure that we give her a really kick-ass sword or something. Mono sword, yeah. I honestly don't know really if a mono sword is better than one of those plasma swords. I guess it just depends on the quality and stuff. I don't know. But I know that whenever I think about Brooke, it's always like a hand-to-hand type of weapon, you know? She's really awesome at hand-to-hand stuff, or whatever you call that. Swords, spears, whatever. Okay, Pickle. Welsh. I've been meaning to kind of do a lot of this for a while, man, because through the days and weeks, these people have been having issues, you know, with breakdowns and stuff like that, and whenever they do, they always wind up dropping their weapons, and I always try to make sure that everything's at least put back up in the weapons room whenever that kind of stuff happens. That way I can always come back later and equip them. Elena. Okay. Let's see here. Where are we? Here we are. Loon. Here we are. Okay, Kaloon. We'll give him a charge lance. Why not? So he's a 1-year-old, so we're not gonna deal with that. Illy. Night Owl. Oh wait, she's got a what is that? EMP launcher. Okay. I think we're just about done. Getting there at least. Wanda? Jonah. She's got the sniper rifle. Vinka. The child. Sure. Her. Frig. Looking. What's going on here? Actually, click. I couldn't click it for some reason, or right click. Still can't. Is that... That must be because of... I don't know. She's 8 years old. What the fuck is going on here? My mouse? I don't know, man. Oh, she's psychotically wondering. That's why. Yeah, I didn't see that. Okay, Ethan. Another kiddo. 4-year-old. I feel kind of guilty giving all these kids all these weapons. Well, you have to protect the colony. Okay, Moon. 16-year-old. Let me give him a card rifle. Anything over here that we might be able to give? No. Okay. Leo. Okay. Lisa. Happy to see all these kids working and stuff, man. That's encouraging. Fills me with hope. Life is hard on the rim, everyone. You have to carry your own. All right, Nixon. Let me see here. Shit. You know, here before too long. I think we're gonna have to make some more rifles again. Oh wait, Nixon is incapable of violence. Okay, never mind. Cortez isn't though. 6-year-old. Okay, let's see here. Ola? I'm looking on my top bar here to see if I can figure out where I am. Oh, there I am. Okay. I think we're getting into the hunters now. So most of them will already have a weapon, I think. I think there might be a few here and there, though, that might need to be equipped. Try to get those done. That's Sienna. Yep. Yeah, I think, well, Pez. Okay, let's get Pez a gun. Okay. Alright, man. There's Gabs, our fearless leader. Okay, now once they get equipped, and once we get these two remaining, band nodes done, we're gonna do the summons. It's about to get rowdy, man. The thing that I hate about this game, I don't really hate, it's just kind of, I don't know, irritating, I guess, is the fact that these things right here, these mech boosters, I wish they would stack. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sure there'd have to be a limit to it somehow, but at least, like, stack up to 2 or 3 times. That would be awesome, because then at that point, man, shit would really get done quick. But they don't stack at all. Frustrating. For any of you guys that are familiar with Total Annihilation, a game that's back, you know, early 2000s, I think it is. It's like a strategy game where you build a bunch of shit. There were a couple mods that were released back then, and there were things like this that you could create. There were like these things called nano towers or some shit, and they would like spray construct your units and stuff. And if you had a bunch of them, it would take like a second to make some of the biggest units in the game. One of these days, I'm going to play that game on here and make some VODs about it, because that's a fun game, man. That game was ahead of its time. Let's check our livestock here. I don't see anything butchered. That's good. By the way, I meant to click on this up here. Got a bunch of these things. Uranium. Okay, hold on a second here. Got some stuff going on. It's distracting me. Okay, I guess those are going to be taken at some point. I don't know where Sky is, but it sounded like she was getting into a fight with someone, and I meant to click on her, but I couldn't because oh, here she is. Is she? Yeah, she. Let's make sure that nobody's getting killed here. She'll be alright. Got kind of battered around a little bit, but nothing major. I hate it when they do that, man. I wish there was like an easy way to like break them up or something. I gotta admit, though, man, things are really going pretty smooth, all things considered. And I think a lot of it has to do with how you architect your zones. Out of playing this game now, I don't know how long I've been playing this game. I'd say at least a year. It's all about the zones, man. You get your zones figured out, everything falls into place. One left. I wish those Kyish guys would come and try to raid me. I'm desperate to get some of those fabric ores made. And we're finally beginning to build up some food over here. That's great. So I think down here we're looking good. Have plenty of survival meals, or whatever they're called. What are those things called again? Packaged survival meals. We're getting a lot of those built now, or cooked. We've got plenty of food over here. Plenty of rice and food up here. We're looking good, man. And to say nothing about all the food and stuff that we have in these interior refrigerators. Looking good on food. That's great. I tell you, man, you do not want to get caught with your pants down where food's concerned in this game. That is when shit all goes south. Never ever want to let that happen. In fact, I'd say one of the biggest priorities starting out in this game is planting crops, namely rice, because rice is the thing that grows fastest, it gestates the quickest, and making a refrigerator or like a freezer, you know. If you can pull those two things off, 9 times out of 10 you're going to be completely okay. The rest of it's just mucking around with the zones. Okay, so it looks like we've got our band nodes done. Alright, man. So does everybody have their gun now? Okay, as soon as everyone has their gun, we're gonna summon those assholes. Show them who's boss. Hopefully. See what happens. I would like to get Sky back on her feet so that we can get her equipped. Get her in the game, too. Now, for those of you that are just chiming into my channel here, this colony was founded by Gabs, Cream, and Newton. Those are the founders, okay? Tyrified, she's our master miner. She's one of those mole people, whatever they're called. Dirt mole. I mean, that's just kind of funny, you know. But anyway, she's our badass miner, so she kind of plays a special purpose in our group here. Warner, and I think, if I remember right, I think it might be Rachel. They're yeomen. I kind of consider Warner my second in command most of the time. I mean, well, I shouldn't say that. Cream is definitely the second in command. I guess Newton would be third, but Warner would be up there somewhere. I kind of view him as kind of like a wise leader, you know, type of person. I don't know why I say that. It's just that he seems, for some reason, that I don't know if it's got something to do with his portrait or what, but he just seems like the type of archetype that would be like your wise advisor type of person or something, you know. Besides that, though, we Omar, Espinoza, especially Espinoza, Kenzo, Veli, Sella, and Rotund, who is the newest. Those are basically my fabricators, the guys that I basically rely on to make stuff. There's a couple more here though too, I think. Like, is it Iya? I don't know. There's a few after them that I use sometimes to do things like make clothing. Because as you can imagine, clothing's a big thing. Now, I have an entire team of cooks led by Kaufman, basically. she's our main cook, and then we've got Sam, who, by the way, is also like a really awesome marksman. I guess at some point she was a bush sniper. She's got a 10 with double passion, so she's actually a pretty damn awesome shooter. But I've assigned her to cooking. Um, Kaufman, Sam, Olga. Let me see here. Matthews, I think, and a few others. Man, we've got like about 7 or 8 cooks, and you've got to have that many for this size base, man. And what I've tried to do is I've tried to give the cooks bedrooms that are closest to their local kitchen area, or which is right here actually, because that minimizes the amount of space that they have to walk, you know. But everyone else, man, with the exception of like maybe, I don't know how many of them. There's like about maybe 9 or 10 hunters, with Nabs being our ultimate fighter. You know, she's 20 double passion on shooting and an 18 single passion on melee, and she's also a badass at construction too. So I mean, she's definitely one of the go-tos in the team. But I've got like maybe this many hunters or something like that, but everyone else in between is just ag work. They focus on all of the fields, planting, you know, the basin, growing basin things, filling up things like these chem fuel generators. You know, they're basically my workforce. Everyone else, though, they're kind of specialists in certain things. And it goes without saying too that they also help out a lot with the livestock. Now I've tried to make my mechs, my what are they called, lifters. I've tried to use most of my lifters to handle things like feeding the boomalopes in their various pens. Like here's one pin right here, another one right here. And what I've tried to do with the pins, or the that, I don't know what you call them, man. The food store areas for the pins or the livestock. I've tried to like set them at equal distances. That way the boomalopes don't have to walk all the way down here or all the way up here to get their food. And so far that's worked out really well. But if you ever get into the line of work where you're raising boomalopes, my holy lord, don't ever leave them mixed, man, because they will mate until you just lose your mind. You've got to keep the men away from the women. I don't know why I didn't do that in the beginning. I should have done that early on. And I think a lot of it was because I was trying to make a huge boomalope amount of livestock, because I was trying to do everything I could to kind of base most of my operations around chem fuel, which is, as you can see, what I've tried to do now. But once you reach a certain point, you've got to separate them, because otherwise they'll just keep mating, and it'll become completely overwhelming. And you do not want that to ever happen, man. That sucks. It got to a point with me to where I had to literally go around and kill a bunch of them. All the herd. And it sucked doing that, man, but I had to do it. Otherwise, it was just going to become completely, I just couldn't deal with it, man. So, anyway. How's Sky doing? Can she walk now? I don't think she can walk. Can she? No, okay, I guess she can. Alright, man, we're about to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Gabs summon these bad boys as soon as it gets to be daytime. And when I do that, I'm going to draft every single person in the colony, and I'm going to have them all come into here, the center area. And I'm hoping and praying that when the drop happens, it does not happen in this, like, one of these areas. Because if that happens, man, we're going to be having some problems. You guys, you might be in store for something here. I don't know what to expect, so I'm gonna go ahead and save it just to be safe. This could get good, man. I'm hoping and praying though that it doesn't wind up being a disaster. I'm partially doing this for my YouTube channel because I know that this shit gets boring sometimes. And I know that you guys want to be entertained, so I get it, you know. I don't hold it against you or anything like that. But on the same hand, too, I am also doing this because I really honestly do need those chips for these freaking atomizer things. Because I want to be able to fill all of this place out with atomizers. Or at least these rooms on each wing. So that I no longer have to jettison those waste packs if I don't want to. By the way, I need to check that. Let me see here. I think I might be ready to do that. Ready. Yes. All right. Let's do this real quick. Oh shit! I forgot, man. This part of it sucks, man. I've got to do these one at a time. So let me give you some strategy of what it is I'm trying to do here. So an enemy faction known as Kyush, or at least that's how I pronounce it, Kyush. I don't know if that's the right way to pronounce it, but that's how I say it. There's an enemy faction, which is basically these guys right here. What I've been doing is I've been usually dropping these waste packs all the way out here. And the reason I do that is because I haven't had those atomizers up until now. And even still, I don't have enough to handle my load of toxic waste packs. But the beneficial byproduct of launching these things out here is that it pisses the Kyush faction off to such an extent that they've tried to raid my base a few times, and obviously every single time they've done it, I've completely laid them out. But now I'm doing it intentionally in order to try to entice them to come out and raid my place, so that I can grab some of them and put them in those rip scanners, so that I can grab the whatever thing and use them to make some of those fabric cores. I don't know if it's going to happen this time or not, man, but we're going to give it a shot. There they go. And as you can see out here, it's really polluted. Extreme. 100%. I mean, I'm sorry, but, you know, our trash has to go somewhere. Comes a new drop. Coming in hot. And as you'll see, it'll piss them off. See? Kyush or whatever has been angered because of the toxic waste packs. Now, there have been times when they actually jettisoned toxic waste packs back. And I hate it when they do that, but most of the time it's been them trying to drop in and raid us. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, man. We'll see what happens. But if it does happen, I'm going to try to do everything I can to take a few of them prisoner and throw them into this bad boy right here, the subcore rip scanner. Because once you throw someone in there and it finishes, you get this thing that you can then use over here in this thing called the Meg Gestator and make fabric cores with. You know, as you can see, I've got 4 slated right now, but I haven't been able to do it because I need that thing that the rip scanner makes. It's just about daytime. So as soon as Gabs wakes up, we're going to wind up having her summon those things. This is going to be good, man. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you'll be able to see my defense system in action. I gotta tell you, man, it's pretty impressive. By the way, I hope you guys are having an okay time. Here in Indiana, the weather is finally beginning to kind of get a little better. I think by the time Saturday comes around, we're going to be all the way up into the mid 70s, maybe even 80s. And if you know anything about Indiana weather and stuff, around this time is usually whenever people here in this state go mushroom hunting. So I was going to try to hopefully go mushroom hunting sometime Saturday. I never find anything, but you know, it's fun at least to go walk around in the woods and stuff, and I don't know, man, just kind of get out and get away from the computer. But I hope you're staying safe, staying warm, staying cool wherever you are. Staying out of trouble. Okay, here she's awake. Here we go. So let's all right, man. It's on. She's about to do it. As soon as she summons the thing, I'm gonna draft everyone. Because it doesn't take long for those mechs to drop in after it's been summoned. Or after they've been summoned. This could get zoppity. And as soon as she summons these guys or these things, I'm gonna give you a lay of the land as far as my defenses are concerned. Kind of let you know what we're in store for here. Here she goes. All right, here we go, man. Okay, so let me give you a lay of the land here where my defenses are concerned. So obviously we have these uranium slug turrets. They cover the entire perimeter of the base. And on top of that, we also have numerous mortars. And those things reach anywhere on the map. So that gives us a little bit of a air cover. And of course we've got these few autocannon turrets for anything that happens to come into here. Now those things are going to be worthless if they drop in someplace like right here. But it's better than nothing, you know. So we're going to see what happens here. So let's go ahead and draft everyone. Okay. Now let's go ahead and just drag everyone in here. Okay, man, this is gonna get gonna get salty. A little worried about Purr over here. Not looking good. Want everybody inside the perimeter. Looks like for the most part he's the only one that's going to wind up being put at risk. He's on some sort of freaking, I don't know, vision quest. Okay, we've just about got everybody in here now. Except the little babies. That'll be dropping any moment now. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to wind up having some problems with this. Some of these things are going to get taken out, but watch this. This is going to be great. Let me see here. How should I do this? Let's get our hunters. Bear with me here. I'm going to get these guys right here. Let me see here. Send them there. I don't know, man. We'll send these guys. Let me see here. Send this detachment down here. Just let that unfold naturally. See how that goes. Here we go. Watch this. Boom! Come on, take him out, man. Boom! Okay, I think we got him. We'll go. We'll rebuild. No big deal. Yes, we got it, man. Jesus. All right, so let's go ahead and undraft. Okay. Sometimes it takes a couple seconds for it to undraft. There we go. All right. Where is Gabs? Let's see if we can get her out there as quickly as possible. fact, let me see here. Shit. See, that's a little bit of a problem because those goddamn things are going to explode. And I don't like that, man. So let's see if we can get somebody on one of these mortars that have some fire foams. Okay. And see if we can't help some of this. So get that one going. EMPs. Let me see here. Fire foam. Okay, here we go. We'll work with that for now. So basically what I'm trying to do here is get Gabs out there because she has... Wait. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Looks like we might have a straggler. Hold on a second here. Let's see if we can use water skip. This isn't good. There we go. I think we're good now. I didn't realize that we didn't have that person taken care of, or that thing, you know. Hey guys, we need to put these fires out. Out of there. It's gonna go. Got Elo. Yes, this sucks, but it's the price of doing business, man. Alright, there. Now, let's see if we can hurry up and get this. this fire out, man. Alright, there we go. Whew. Jiminy Christmas. Okay, we're looking good, man. Looking really good. So now let's go ahead and see if we can get that chip. Where is it? Wait, is that it? Yeah, there we go. That right there is the thing that I'm talking about, the nanostructuring chip. So I think that's the thing, right? That you need to make those atomizers with. Yeah, nanostructuring chip. Boom, bam, man. There we have one more thing now. Atomizer. So we didn't really take much of a ding, all things considered, considering everything that we just did. We'll have to rebuild a few things. We've got to rebuild this bad boy right here. How many? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We've got 15 uranium slug turrets to make. A couple wind farm things, or actually 3, and at least 2. Shit, we need to tell them to stop firing those. We've got a few things to rebuild, but it's not anything major. So I think we wound up okay, man. Could have been a lot worse. I'm happy to have that done, though. Oh, shit, we need to get what? Undrafted. Okay, is there anybody else that's drafted? Let me make sure real quick. Doesn't look like it. Okay. We took a little bit of a ding, but we'll bounce back. The thing that we need to prioritize are these walls first, though. That's the thing that needs to be built faster than anything, because that'll wind up contributing to like temperature issues and stuff in the house. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it right here. So you saw what I go through whenever I do these things, man. It was a fun episode, though, right? Pretty fun, I think. Could have been a lot worse, man. I've had situations before where those drops would happen right in the center of my base or something like that. My holy lord, does that cause problems. So anyway, I hope you had a good time watching this. When I come back in the next episode, we're going to focus on rebuilding that area that was just decimated. I don't think it's going to wind up really dinging me much on the energy output. I think for the most part, we've got plenty of stock energy and stuff to take care of us while we redo that. But after that, though, we're going to we're going to continue to summon some of those things because we need to keep building those atomizers. And I hope and pray that at some point, the Koosh, whatever, they try to raid us so that we can get some captives and put them in that subcore thing, that rip scanner. So anyway, hope you're having a good night. Hope you're having a good week. Thank God we made it to Friday tomorrow. And you know, leave me some comments in the comments stuff. You know, if you've got any ideas or suggestions about things that I could do differently in my colony, I'd love to know what they are. I'm a pretty big idiot whenever it comes to this stuff, man. I just kind of play it because it's fun and it kind of exercises that analytical side of me. Because whenever I play this game, I'm sitting there thinking to myself about ways to kind of make things more efficient, or I don't know, to increase my defenses and things like that. So I'm sure I've made some mistakes all over the place. So if you see anything, let me know in the comments. Share, like, subscribe, smash that like button, and stay safe, guys. Okay, so I'll see you when I see you, and until the next episode, see ya.